What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a great week. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. We talk here about everything that has to do with e-commerce, so Amazon FBA, Shopify dropshipping, and I'm also going to be dabbling a bit in cryptocurrency mining. So that's actually what I will be talking about in today's video. In my last couple of videos, I've been documenting the start of my Amazon FBA journey. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos in the future on this, so when my product launches, but right now I'm still just waiting for my product to be shipped from China. It should be done within, by the end of the week to next week, and then it's about 5 to 10 days shipping. So once that's at the Amazon warehouse, I'll be doing videos about how I'm launching the product, how I'm ranking it, and what my sales are like. I've also started an Amazon FBA group on Facebook, so if you're interested in joining, there's a link in the description. On this group, basically, I'm just gonna be sharing thoughts, ideas, networking with you guys, and I'd love to hear your story. So take the time, go and join the group, and let's network. Before going any further in the video, the winner of last week's giveaway for the $10 Amazon gift card is Sophie Ann. So I'll be in contact with you. Good job, you won the gift card. If you'd like to be entered in this week's giveaway, all you have to do is like this video, comment your thoughts, what you'd like to see in the upcoming videos, as well as subscribe and hit the bell button, and you'll be entered to win the giveaway for next week's video. So although I'm going to be talking mostly about Amazon FBA and Shopify, I'm also going to dabble a bit in cryptocurrency. So mainly, I'm not going to be talking about cryptocurrency investing. I'm going to be talking mostly about mining. So I personally set up a little rig at my house. It's just a little side project that I thought would be fun and that maybe would pay off in the future. So as you can see from today's video, I'm going to be showing you how much it costs in 2018 to set up a little rig for your house. I'd like to make it clear that I'm in no way in any position to give you financial advice. This is just a side project that I decided to do, and if it pays off, great. If it doesn't, well, too bad. It's also important to note that this is all speculation. So in my next video, I'm going to be talking about how much I've made since starting to mine and what my projections are for when I'll pay off the rig and how much I should be making in and by the end of 2018. But again, this is speculation, and it has to do with not only how fast your rig mines the coin, but also the value of the coin that you're mining at that time, and then maybe later on, a year down the road, when you're gonna pay off your rig, how much the coin is worth at that time. I've been mining for about 3 months now and haven't run into any issues yet with the hardware that I chose, so I added links in the description to all the hardware that I'm using on my rig. I recommend them, and let's just jump right into the video and I'll show you exactly step by step which ones I use. If you stay till the end of the video, or if you just want to jump to the end of the video, I have done an Excel spreadsheet where we look at every single item, how much it costs, and the total amount at the end of the video. So if you're looking to mine Ethereum or any other cryptocurrency, you're basically gonna have to build a computer from scratch and use all the components necessary to build a computer. The first step is gonna be buying a power supply. So personally, I bought the Corsair HX 1200i, which is platinum rated. Basically, the platinum means that it's more power efficient. So when you mine cryptocurrency, you use a lot of energy, and your power supply, you want it to be really effective in utilizing as much of the electricity as possible and not wasting any. The power supply that I got is 1200 watts, which is well enough for about 6 GPUs, each one that I have bought pulling about 150 watts per GPU. The next component you're going to need is a CPU. Now, because a mining rig is only going to be used for mining, and the graphics cards are the only parts that are really going to be utilized in your rig, you don't need a really powerful CPU. So what I got is a Pentium CPU by Intel. I think it cost me like 80 bucks Canadian on Amazon. It's done the job, and it comes with a fan, which is great. You're also going to need DDR5 RAM. I only got about 8 gigabytes worth of it. It needs to be DDR5 if you use the motherboard that I use, because it's the only version that's compatible. And then you also need CPI risers, which basically rise up the graphics cards from your motherboard so that you can blast cold air on the graphics cards when they get really hot. And lastly is the funnest part of the rig, and also the main part of it, which is the GPUs themselves, the graphics cards that are going to be mining the cryptocurrencies. So I personally went with 1070s and 1070 Ti's. So after doing my research and with the price of them on the market right now, It was for the amount of hash rate that I'm getting from them, which after tune is about 31 mega hash, but I'll do a video separate on that later. It was the best bang for my buck in terms of power consumption, hash rate, and price of the cards themselves versus a 1080 Ti, which are all like over $1,000 Canadian right now, which was super expensive, and the hash rate wasn't significant enough. I've only started with 3 cards for now just because they're really expensive. The first one I got is a PNY GeForce GTX 1070 Ti. It's doing about 31 mega hash per second after tuning it a bit. The stock mega hash was about 25 mega hash per second. The second card I have is the Asus Dual GeForce GTX 1070. It's doing about the same hash rate, and the stock hash rate was also about the same as the Ti. And lastly, I have a Gigabyte GTX 1070 again. Now these are all made by NVIDIA. I went with GTXs instead of RX 80s, for example, just because around my house that's what they had in stock. Alright guys, so we are now back at my laptop, and we are in an Excel spreadsheet where I've broken down each component used for the mining rig, how much each one of them cost. So here we have every component, and then we have the total at the bottom. So I've divided it in Canadian and then American funds. Basically, I'm going to be putting the Canadian funds in because that's how I paid for them, and then I just made a conversion rate. This is the current conversion rate. So yeah, let's just jump right in. So the power supply, which was the Corsair 1200 Xi, cost me $335 Canadian. Then the motherboard, now sorry I didn't include this in the first part of the video, I actually forgot, so my bad about that. But the motherboard that I've been using is the MSI Z270 SLI, which has 6 slots to put GPUs on them. Basically, these motherboards are like made for mining, so you can put, like I said, 6 GPUs on them, which a normal computer wouldn't usually have 6 GPUs. But if it's specific for mining, you're going to want as much hashing power as possible. So that motherboard cost me $202. The DDR5 RAM cost me $163. Now this RAM is pretty expensive because it is the latest and quickest RAM available on the market, but like I said earlier, the motherboard I use needs DDR5 RAM. It's only compatible with that type. The Intel processor was $89. The PCI risers cost me $40. Now I only bought 3 of them at the start because even though they're cheaper if you buy more than one at a time, I wasn't planning on getting 6 GPUs for a while because they're really pricey, so I only bought 3 for a total of $40. The hard drive, now you can actually use a USB key for this as long as you have a bootable Windows file on it, but we decided just to get a hard drive. So we got a 120 gigabyte solid state drive. It cost me, how much was it? 80 bucks. So it's still a good hard drive even if I want to use it after. Then we also got a keyboard and mouse, which basically you're building a computer, right? So you're gonna need a keyboard and mouse. That cost us 25 bucks. And then the cards themselves. So the Gigabyte card was by far the most expensive one at $835 after taxes. Now guys, keep in mind also, if you're in the US, all these prices are going to be cheaper probably because the prices I've included here are in Canadian with like including our tax rate, which is a lot higher than most states in the United States. So just keep that in mind. It'll actually be probably quite a bit cheaper than building a rig like I did in Canada. So next, the PNY card was $705 and the Asus card was $755. So as you can see, the GPUs are by far the most expensive components used in the mining rig. And then finally, the wood, that's pretty negligible, but we bought $10 worth of wood. We basically bought wood dowels and made our own mining rig like case. You can buy them on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description for all the components, as well as a pre-made assembly for your rig, but they're a lot more expensive, so we just made our own. So now we're going to do the total. So the total cost of the rig was $3,240 roughly in Canadian funds, which comes out to about $2,500 American. Now, as I've said earlier, I've been mining for about 3 months, and my return on investment for now, obviously I haven't made that money back, but I've made back roughly $300 to $400 at the current rate of an Ethereum coin. So I'm going to be doing a video more in depth in the near future about how much I made mining and what your expected rate of return should be if you decide to build your own rig, but that'll be in the next video. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, please leave a comment, subscribe, and yeah, thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next video.